Hey Witch, welcome back to my channel. My name is Matt and today we are in my kitchen. I am not a kitchen witch, but we are just gonna dive right in today. So today we'll be making rose water, which I've talked about in a few videos. Rose water is excellent to help raise the vibration of your space, especially when you use it in like a little spray. I like to carry mine around with me, use it as like a little facial toner, you know, it has multi-uses, it's just great. So we're gonna be making that today as my first little witchy DIY. So I hope you find this interesting. I know that there are a ton of videos on making rose water all over the internet, but it's not on my channel, so we're gonna do it anyway. Okay, so we'll start out with the supplies that you need to make your rose water. You're gonna want a pan with a tight-fitting lid. Obviously, roses for your rose water. I am going to be adding a splash of my solar eclipse and new moon water that I made this past week. And then I'm also going to be using this little spray bottle as my container. It's already labeled, I ran out, so I'm making more. So there are two different ways to make rose water. One is using distilled water, which will last a lot longer and you don't have to keep it in the fridge. Or there is just the regular old simmering boiled water method. If you use the boiling water method, it doesn't quite last as long as the distilled water method, but it's, you know, if you don't mind keeping it in the fridge, then it's fine. So the first step is to add your water to your pot. I'm just going to use some filtered water from my fridge. I'm not adding too much water because I only have this little spray bottle and the boiled water method doesn't last very long, so I don't want to make too much. And then I'm going to add a little bit of my solar eclipse water, just a splash, not too much. Just for some extra magic. And then you're just going to dump your rose petals in. I don't measure things because I'm a glutton for punishment. Yay! Oops, I spilled. And honestly, these were the roses that smelled like pickles in my last video, so I'm just trying to get rid of them. So after all of your ingredients are in your pot, you're going to turn it on to high to get it to start boiling. You'll just want to stir those into the water. Try to get them all wet, but it's probably not going to work until it's actually boiling. So I will see you in a minute when it starts to boil. Ooh, new angle, who dis? So it's just about boiling now, so I'm just going to keep stirring it just to kind of incorporate it into the water. Ooh, incorporate, I'm a chef now. But as soon as it starts steaming like this, you're going to want to cover it immediately because you don't want all the juicy good stuff escaping from your rose water. And then as soon as this comes to a boil, we're going to reduce it to a low simmer and we're going to let it simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes. So I will see you guys when it's done. Okay, so I think it's just about done now. It's kind of to the point where it's looking a little nasty. When you don't see the color in the roses anymore, that means your rose water is probably done. Because you can see that gorgeous color in the water down there. It just is a beautiful shade of like pink. But you'll give it a couple final stirs and then remove it from the heat. Keep it covered though, that's important, because you don't want all of your volatile chemicals escaping your rose water. So you're going to want to let this sit until it completely cools to room temperature. I'm going to put it in the fridge because I'm lazy as hell and I don't want to wait for it to cool on the counter. So I will see you guys when it's done cooling. Okay, so the rose water has been in the fridge for about 40-ish minutes and it's like not room temperature yet, but it's good enough. Okay, we're just going to go with it. So the next step is that you're going to strain all of this stuff out into like a separate container so you can easily pour it into your little bottle. So I'm going to grab my jar and my little sifter thing. Okay, so we have our bowl with a pour spout to make it easier to pour it into the container. And we have our little strainer thing. Make sure you use something really fine. You can use like cheesecloth if you have that, but this is what I got, so that's what I'm going to use. And you'll just pour it through the strainer, making sure that you get all of the rose chunks out of it. Also make sure your hands are clean before doing this, because you don't want to contaminate it. I'm just kind of pressing it to get all the juice out. So juicy. Oops, did I just get a rosebud on there? I did. Oh well, it's fine. Okay, so now that that's in your bowl, you're gonna wanna take your little mud doodle thing and carefully pour it into your bowl. This is gonna be a mess. Do it over the sink. I'm doing it over the stove because I'm a glutton for punishment. Ooh, she is doing it. Am I really gonna do this without spilling it? I will be so impressed. I did it. Not a drop on the stove. So then you can put your cap on it and you are good to go. You can store this in the refrigerator for up to 2 weeks. If you use the distilled water method, it lasts a lot longer, but I didn't because that takes extra steps and I don't want to do that. So we're done with our rose water, yay! And it smells so delicious. So now that your rose water is done, you can use it for literally whatever you want. If you bought like organic roses, you can use this in your food. You can use it as a skincare product and just mist it on your face. It's so refreshing, especially since it's hot as hell outside right now. But that's about it. I also use it for a cleansing spray for the room, and it smells so friggin' good. But that is about it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a comment. And also let me know what you want me to make next for you guys. But until next time, I will spell you later.